ladies, gentlemen, welcome back to another cast with Trend Following. Tyson, and beautiful time right now for us to kind of get into this market business. What I want to do is let's just clear up this trend picture a little bit, okay? Let's just clear this picture up. Clear up what we're looking at, evaluate the moves that we made last week from what we were looking in Sunday, looking at from when we came into the week. Basically at this time, we kind of clear up the picture so that when we come into the week, we know what we're looking at, we know what we're dealing with, okay? So with that being said, I have something from Jesse Livermore, and it's really going to kind of expound on the fact of the matter that we should be sitting tight when we take these trends, okay? When we take these entries, we should be sitting tight, and we should be letting these moves fulfill. So if I give you something on Sunday or Saturday coming into the week, okay, we're going to take entries. If you're going to take entries, those aren't buy and sell entries. Those are entries you take. If you don't get stopped out, you sit tight, okay? That way you can benefit from what that move has to offer you, okay? So let's jump into a quote. The market does not beat them, they beat themselves, because though they have brains, they cannot sit tight. It's not the market that's beating people. People are beating themselves, because even though they have the brains to catch the trends and to catch the moves, this and that, they cannot sit tight to let the moves fulfill, for the upside to continue, okay? It's imperative, all right? I'm going to take you to another quote. It's not that one. Here we go. So this is going to be back into regards to us taking the trend, taking an entry on the trend, and what we do when we get in the trend. All right? It's simple to make the entry. Okay, here's a good entry, the pullback, whatever, the breakout. Okay, that's fine. What do you do when you make the entry? You sit tight so that you can benefit, or so that you can get an absolute profit back, okay? Disregarding the big swing and trying to jump in and out was fatal to me. Nobody can catch all the fluctuations. In a bull market, your game is to buy and hold until you believe that the bull market is near its end. To do this, you must study general conditions and not tips or special factors affecting individual stocks, okay? Nobody can catch all the fluctuations. In a bull market, your game is to buy and hold, which means to sit tight, okay? Sit tight until you believe the bull market is near its end. Not simple pullbacks, reversions back to the trend line and back, not those. When the trend reverses, okay, and starts giving everything back, that could be a break. That could be a break through a trend line. That could be a break through a moving average. That can be consecutive lower lows. Just the whole trend has changed. Okay? It's not making the same pullbacks. Okay? It's breaking support. It's having consecutive closes below, okay, the higher highs. Alright? Or below whatever trend line or whatever the respected value is at that current time. Whatever instrument that you're using, rather that be price or a moving average, okay? So from Jesse Livermore, there you have it, man. Plain and simple. All right, so we're looking at the trends, we're taking the entries, and we're going to sit tight so that we can profit from them. And I'm going to show you exactly how we did that this week. Let's jump into the trend picture. ATRS, we looked at it last week. Not a lot of upside to it this week, okay? Not a lot of upside. Well, it had a few things going. All right. Added like 20 cents to what we were looking at when we came into the week. Okay, so ATRS, I like that for continuation. A lot of market cap to justify that move, and the other reason why we're looking at it is this structure here with these higher highs and lows. And if you look at it on the 5-year, we're kind of breaking up into this space here. We could start getting to the top. This chart could start to open up, so we'll see if this chart's going to open up. Okay, ATRS, ATTU. All right, here it is, just galloping. Look at the strength there. All right, on the 1 year. All right, you guys know we take entries on these higher highs and lows. All right, so we're kind of late to the party, but you never know how late is late. We're in the top right. The top right 6 months from now could be in the top right 6 months from now. The top right now could be in the top right 6 months from now. Okay, you have to buy that strength. In addition, though, we did miss this move with these higher highs and lows. We like to kind of just take an entry and just ride this thing. And this just justifies everything we do here. Like Jesse Livermore said, we take an entry here and we just sit tight and see where this thing's going to go. Okay? And there you see it continued and it's still going. All right? So I'll give you some strength on the 5-day. There it is. So prices should be holding up near here. All right? You can take an entry on that now and kind of start enjoying that move there. Okay? So ATTU looking wonderful. All right. Let's look at GoPro. GPRO. Let's look at GoPro. It looks wonderful. I like what it's offering. I like what it shows there. We're at the bottom of, let's look at the yearly really fast. So here we are on the yearly, kind of showing some strength, higher highs and lows. I kind of like this entry here. I'd like for this thing to start showing some green. Let me take you to the 5-day. So I like for this thing to start closing above 610. I like, so you can set you a buy stop above 610 and a close below 6. Where it's at now. Give you some buffer space for that thing to kind of whip around in case it does, in case it's a false breakout. But let's catch this breakout of 615, okay? And then if it's a false breakout, let's just stop ourselves out at 595. Give it some room to wiggle there, okay? All right, kind of where it's at now. It should hold that price where it's at now if it tries to continue through 615. And obviously, there's the 5-day. So when you pan out, you're going to see that this move should be getting ready to continue back to the upside. Okay, so just watch and see what happens there. It's all right. It's a decent stock. A lot of market cap behind it though. Okay, GoPro. What I really like is Sprint. 20-something billion in market cap behind this thing. If it ever gets going, if this chart ever starts to open up, we see it curling on the 5-year. How many times have we seen prices curl on a 5-year time frame? And then kind of showing some strength on a 1-year time frame, kind of starting to get these higher highs and lows. Let's take this ride. As you see, we're sitting on top of old resistance. We're sitting right on top of it. So I like for prices to hold here. You could actually buy this now and set yourself a stop at like 5 in case prices don't hold inside this level here. Okay, 585, 575. But I like this to buy. I like you to buy this, buy the hold on this old resistance turn support over here. So see if that support holds up and see if the upside starts to move and this chart starts to open up and kind of continues to round here, okay? All right, so Sprint, beautiful stock. And the market cap definitely justifies the movement behind that, okay? If that chart was to open up some, okay? All right, so let's take a look at this. Fairly new stock here, okay? ROKU, everybody knows about this. I just totally missed this move, all right? I kind of figured it was going to set above this here, and I seen it back when it was here, and I kind of was okay. This thing's probably going to start setting higher highs and to come continue this and start this whole move here, and then kind of start trading above this. So you can set you a breakout at 60 and a stop kind of where it's at now. It should hold this price where it is now, 56. Okay, it should hold 56, 55, 50. But I like this thing breaking out above 59 and 60. Okay. Kind of sitting inside of this. So see if this support level holds here. Old resistance thing just kind of gallop through it. See if it holds that. All right, give you the 5-day. See if it holds that. All right, so I like see how this thing gapped up this week. So wow, beautiful stuff there. This stock's definitely bullish. All right, so see if it can hold this price up here, 55.50, the one we were just looking at. So all right, see if it can hold that price. ROKU, BCRX looks really crappy. I don't know if this. I don't know if. Let me see if this is correct. BCRX. Make some sense out of this really quick. Come on. Yeah, this is the one. All right, so BCRX. I like for a continuation. You see the higher highs and lows here. Just simple pattern that we kind of like to follow here. All right, you see the higher highs and lows breaking out up there. Has a market cap to kind of justify this. So this thing may be taking a reversion back to the mean. So let's see if this thing reverts back here, because it normally breaks out and reverts back. It just broke out above this recent thing, kind of show you that this bullish momentum is still on. So let's see if it holds that there. and you're going to see strength on the 5-day. Very bullish on this 5-day. A lot of work done on this 5-day time frame. Congratulations to anybody who caught that move. Kind of just really bullish there. So let's see what happens this week coming in. See if this bullish behavior continues. Might do some slight pullback, but I think we buy these pullbacks and continue. So let's see what happens with this stock, okay? We're just not going to buy it just yet. Let's see what prices do Monday and Tuesday. See how they open up and see if we can kind of follow this momentum out, okay? EVC, but I like that definitely to continue. EVC, beautiful stock there on BCRX. Very bullish. This stock is like a telecommunication company. A lot of market cap to justify what it's doing here. You see it on the 1-year time frame, just kind of sitting on top of these prices, already inside this gap. So let's see if this thing can continue here. Might take some type of reversion back. Might take some, as you see it kind of reverting back here. So it reverted a little bit and went green. So let's see if this thing reverts a little bit back, put some pullback towards this moving average a little bit. Or if not, it may continue. Let's just see what that thing does. But definitely a beautiful stock on EVC. Show you the 5-year time frame, and we're kind of just looking kind of funny there. So definitely some upside if that thing can start to open up that chart, okay? So let's see how far much more we can chew into this gap and see if we can get up here and see if this thing starts moving. EVC. I like this NUAN, okay? Super market cap behind this thing. All right? This thing definitely it could be more expensive than what it is now. All right, we can't kind of justify, hey, where prices should be, but let's just say this thing's really looking really good, okay? So you see the higher highs and lows here. A lot of stuff to break through, but this chart could definitely start opening up and start to see some upside. So you see it already traded higher highs and lows all the way up from down here where it met this bottom, and that seems like that was the bottom, and there was a reversal here, and now the higher highs and lows are in. Let's see how far they'll continue on NUAN. 5-day time frame, okay? See it right there. All right. True was on the list. We've been watching this stock. Look what it did this week, guys. True, we've been definitely trading this stock here, following this. All right. You see what it did on the 5-day time frame, kind of gapped up, sitting up here now. Really strong stock, okay? Look how strong this thing is, okay? So for continuation, all right, let this trend go. See if you can buy into that. See if prices can hold up. Prices should be holding definitely 12 to 1240. 1235. It should be holding up this area, definitely that, but it should be holding up inside this gap space, okay? So I like True to continue. Smart and Final, you guys saw it last week. Coming into the week, we hit a lot of home runs this week, guys. We hit a lot of home runs. We're about to get into them right now. SFS, Smart and Final. Look how it looks on that 6-month. Sitting right inside that curl, sitting on top. Prices sitting on top of here. Man, if we can continue through here, let's see if we can get triggered prices up and through 640. 650 and stop ourselves back out below this area here, 620, this area 625 and 620, 615. So let's see if that can continue. Let's set a breakout though. Let's see if that thing can break out of here. Definitely bullish. All right, definitely some good things looking like they're finna happen there, sitting right on top of this level. I think we break out. Let's follow that SFS, that Smart and Final stores. Everybody shops there. Wow was on our list last week. Let me show you this home run we hit. Shows you guys we know exactly what we're doing here. Okay. Wow was on the list. Oh, I thought this gapped up. I could have sworn. Whoa, wait. Let me go back. This isn't the right Wow. All right. Here we go. So here we go. We are following Wow. Go back and check the list, guys. It was definitely on our trend following list. And you know what? We open up the show. When we buy these stocks, we buy and ride these trends, okay, until further notice. We sit tight. So if you would have bought this and sat tight, you would have enjoyed a nice move there. Okay, so let me show you the 5-day. Prices were just sitting inside of here. And, you know, a day or two into trading, prices just gapped up and... You see, that was kind of like a home run, a nice little Nice little feed for you guys that were long on that WOW, because that was definitely on the watch list coming into the week. Since we're on WOW, let me just show you WWE really fast. That stock should be looking pretty well. Another trend we're following here. See WWE. I like for it to hold these prices like we discussed last week, and for it to start setting up some higher highs towards this level. Definitely like that WWE. Okay, watch that for continuation. SHSP, this internet providing thing, just beautiful. Look at it. All right, we looked at it on the we were looking at it coming into the week, guys. We were looking at it coming into the week, and it just had a lot of continuation. Looks really cruddy on that time frame, but just a beautiful stock. All right, kind of opened up around 10, and now we're trading up here. So I like for it to get above this area there. Show you the yearly, kind of make some sense of this. So yeah, just a strong stock, looking wonderful. Let's see what it does. All right, let's see what that thing does. Definitely a strong trend to take a ride on. XENE, another beautiful. We had a continuation, another home run this week. This is what happened. I was long on this thing since $6.50, $6. All right, now we're up here, doubled my price, kind of, so to speak, and a lot of continuation on it this week. Just boom, just, you know, on the 5, looks really cruddy on the 5-day, but this week, I mean, we were trading at $9.50, $10, and here we are up here now. Just a lot of continuation on that thing. Like I said, you don't need everybody and their mother to be buying these stocks when you're trying to profit from them. All right, just buy this moves and sit tight. So a lot of continuation on XENE, man. It did this thing, came down, did this thing right here, traded up in there, came down, moved up, did this, came down, then it just did another move. Did this, kind of repeated itself back here. So XENE, another home run from last week. MNK, here we go. I'm long on this thing, kind of enjoying this whole ride. I've got some weight here. All right, enjoyed this gap up this week on MNK. All right. Just home run after home run, guys. Home run after home run. MNK kind of holding these prices up. All right. See, here was the gap up. This is why I have This is why I have weight inside this stock. It justifies everything it does. Really strong stock. When it gapped up in price, I was not really surprised because the stock's really strong. May I mind you, we bought this thing back here, way back here at 18. Way back here where we're looking at this thing. When we saw it reversing this structure, we started buying it. We started buying it back here. Way back here. 17, 16, 17 inside this area. We started buying it. As soon as we buy it, it showed itself it was a winner. All we did was just kept riding it, kept adding weights, kept sitting tight, listening to people like Jesse Livermore. Look at what we got here. Look at this. Another home run, guys. So when it gapped up, I said, all right, fine. I added more in this area here. Look at this stock on a 5-day. Look at the strength, the consistency in the price here. Another home run, guys. Look at that. Gap up. We're in 31 now from 18. And now we've already covered over this gap up. See, it gapped up, boom, set this little like resistance, came down. Now look, just barreled right through this resistance level. Barreled right through it. Okay? Jesus. Wow, that's beautiful. Speaking of home runs, let me just show you guys Intelsat. Okay? Strong stock. Take your longs here. Look at. We traded this thing since 750. Since back here, before this, I know this. I know so many charts. When I see them, I can just kind of tell what chart it is. I'm just familiar with all the charts that were long on and most of the main trends in the market. Okay, but when I see this chart, I know exactly what it is. I know where everything is at. So we bought it here before this breakout, and it's a $24 stock now. So I told you guys when I bought this thing at $650. Guys on stock twits were bullish at 6 and 7. I said, okay, you're bullish on guys were bearish at 650 and 7. And I kind of felt weird. I'm like, why am I the only one that's bullish on this? Am I missing something? I said, you know what? No, I'm not missing anything. I said, I'm getting rid of my stock twits. These guys obviously don't know what the hell they're talking about. And that was at $7, $7.50 before we even hit 8. And I said, these guys don't know shit. So I cut my stock twits out, blotted the noise, took the signal, and everything we heard from Druckenmiller, Jesse Livermore, just goes to show you that it's factual. Just not a whole bunch of blah, blah, blah. Look at that. Blot the noise, take the signal, and look what happens when you blot the noise and you take the signal. Blot the noise means like blot the guys on stock twits that are freaking bearish on a bullish supernova stock. If you would just sit tight like Jesse Livermore said, you can enjoy these moves, okay? Intelsat, another home run. Home run after home run on this doggone show. FNKO. FNKO. Let's just keep rolling, guys. Let the good times roll. Alright, let the good times roll. FNKO, come on. You need me to hold your hand? Jesus. Alright, guys, look at this. FNKO. Just a beast. Alright, how long have we been looking at this stock? How long have we been sitting tight on this stock, guys? $14. $15. Back in this area. When we saw it gap up here, pull it back, I said, buy these pullbacks. Oh my Jesus. Thank you, Larry Tintorelli. Buying pullbacks and long-term uptrends is like, it's a default trade. It's like a no-brainer. It's like, bah. She's like, oh, he needs a bottle. Give it to him. And he's like, oh, he's good now. This is a bottle right here. This is a baby needing a bottle right here. This is basic. This is like a default trade. It's like you don't even need a brain to do this. You don't really need a brain to do this. This is simple. It's easy. What's the more difficult is sitting tight. Buying this is simple. We said that when we opened up the show. Taking the signal is simple. Sitting tight is a different story. Sitting tight and enjoying this move is a different story, okay? So sit tight. FNKO at the top of its chart. Take you to the 5-day. You're going to see strength on it. At the top of these prices now. Never mind the 14 and 15 we were talking about back here way before 18. Never mind those prices. Look where we're at now. Remember I said this stock will look just as good as it does here when you buy it back here. Let me take you back. We got to go back because we sit tight for a while, guys. This stock looks just as good here, buying it here. Remember what I just said about buying in the top right? So this was the top right. If you would have panned back in this time frame and you would have been in June and you would have looked at June, you would have said, damn, we're in the top right. Do I buy this? Is it too bullish to buy? No. Buy that. Look where we're at now. At the top right again. I just said that when we opened the show. On the line, I don't even know what stock it was. I said if you buy the top right, 2 months down the road, you'll still be in the top right. That's bullish. That's a bullish market. That's bullish. Buy this strength. That means the stock is as strong as that stock is going to be. If it's in the top, very top right of this corner. Here it was here on the top right back in June. Here it is now on the top right again. Buy it here. Like you could have bought it back there. Alright? So let that continue. ENDP, another home runs on top of home runs, man. Home runs on top. No, I can't come work for anybody. No, I can't do any of that. I can't. Home run hitting trend following Tyson. Oh my Jesus. How many stocks have just gapped up on us that we were trading in the week? Come look, if you looked at Monday's show, about 5 of those stocks gapped up. Wow, ENDP, True, okay, XENE, MNK, FNK, ENDP. Look at all these stocks. Oh, if we're sitting tight, look at what sitting tight is doing for us. Look at what listening to Jesse Livermore. Look at what it's doing for us. Right? Jesus, look at that. ENDP, another home run. Another home run. Look at that gap up this week. Look at that gap up this week. How many stocks gapped up on us this week we were long on? How many? Watch this continuation. I'd like to buy this, kind of like that MNK thing, kind of gap up, prices. What I told you guys a million times. If prices gap up like this and hold, buy it. That's strength. It should show up like MNK. I told you. I was long MNK way back here already. Let it trade, sat tight, let that bullish market continue, just sit tight, let everybody else buy and sell out of it. While you sit tight from 7 to freaking 50, right? You buy 1,000 shares at $7, and you sit tight till fucking $35, freaking $35, everybody's buying and selling like, oh man, I killed that trade. You're like, oh, okay, great. You really killed that trade. I sat here from 750 to 35. I ain't got nothing to say. What is that, like $30,000, $28,000 on one freaking trade? Sit tight, man. Listen to Jesse. Don't listen to me. Listen to Jesse, all right? Mr. Livermore. So, ENDP for continuation. All right, let me show you CERS. I know I've been here for a while, but this is to keep us moving through winners like we are. All right? Oh, my Lord. Just sit tight, man. I'm not saying sit tight when the freaking stock crashes, goes to hell. Sit tight while that trend just keeps barreling through price. CERS, man, look at this beast here. Just a savage. I'm long on this thing, and I'm enjoying every second of it. I even added on this thing, if the chart would ever show up. You know what? Come on, guys. Are you okay? You in the bottle? Jesus Christ. We need the yearly, dude. We need to see what prices are doing. All right? We need to pan out. We're not dealing trade. Look at this. Buy this pullback. Look at all these pullbacks. Buy them. Dude, I remember looking at this stock like a freaking year ago. It was making this move here. Wait, it's not on that time frame. Let's see if prices will break out of this 5-year kind of structure here. See, it came down. It hit this 5-year, came down. Let's see if we can, bam, break through that. All right. So CERS for continuation. Kind of just ride this wave up here. I believe this stock's going to continue. We're looking at this thing at 350, man. We're looking at this stock way back here. But last year. Beginning of this year sometime. Damn, it's been so long. I need to see the chart. It was back here, okay? When this stock, before it did this, it was in this little wedge. The chart was wedging. Let me show you something. Okay? The chart was wedging back here. When it was wedging right here, higher highs and lows, I said, buy that. And then when it wedged, it just popped. And then when it popped, it just never looked back. Here it is here. Alright, so if you guys picked up anything from today's show, let me show you one last ticker. Jesus Christ, so many tickers to show. AMR, I don't know which ones you guys are going to like. I mean, you know, any one of these could be a home run for you guys. I know I've got my set of home runs inside this whole thing. AMRS with a super market cap to justify what's going on right here. So I like this thing to continue, okay? AMRS, man, just a beast. All right. I remember this stock earlier this year. It broke out of this level. All right. And then, boom, here it is. It broke out, and there it is continuing. And just a savage, all right? See how it looks on the 5. So if prices break out of this, Jesus Christ, we're looking at a $20 stock, guys. If this strength can continue. Watch that thing, man. Sit tight. Sit tight. I suggest it. Look at the 5-year. Look at this. Let me show you my thing here. See? Look how long I've been trading. Look at my stuff I've been trading how long on this thing. Look at my notes here. Look at that. Look at how long this is. 4/13/17. Over a freaking year ago. Wait a second. Listen, look at my notes. What I do? Go put them in right now before I did the show? Are you freaking kidding me? Come on. So if I said possible long opportunity here at 14 on 413, let's see where 413.17 is. Here's 413.17. Where is that at? Where's 4? Wait a second, guys. Let me just check out something. We were looking at this. I was looking at this thing at 413.17 for longs. Okay? It's a freaking year ago. All right? 4. Oh, okay. That's what happened. So here's 410. Here's 413. So here's what happened. All right, this is when we were looking at it. All right, which is probably the reason why it came off of our radars, because it kind of buckled down here. We should have been buying it down here. Well, we were trading it earlier this year around 4 and some change. We kind of knew this structure was continuing. That's why we had this here. All right, so man, we've been looking at that for a while. So all right, guys, so I'll see you guys this week coming up. Take along on these trends, sit tight, and business as usual. I know this stock, this show's long, but you can't rush the process. You can't sweat the technique, so to speak. All right, so we're making big money in the markets. We're hitting big trends. I don't know who else is doing this with you guys, but I mean, we are freaking hitting home runs big time. Can't ask a question about that. Facts. Let's make some money. Let's keep doing this throughout our career. All right. So I'll see you guys in the middle of the week, towards the latter part of the week. Man, take these entries and sit tight. Let's see what works out. Okay. Manage that risk.